Good afternoon, you crazy people. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Sorry. No, I wanted to talk to you about a change that actually happened on the first day I was here. And it was something that was really, really big for me. But you've all been talking about your journey here, so I'd like to share a little bit of the journey here. Train, plane, bus, right? Thank you. Oh, I thought I wouldn't be a comedian, but there you go. Right, no, it must have been 2.5, 3 years ago, a friend of mine, she was suffering from cancer. I'd known her for 25, 30 years, so we was fairly good friends. And she said to me, "Dave, have you ever heard of tapping?" I said, "No." She goes, "You want to go?" Okay, unfortunately, she passed away. But before she passed away, she spoke to a friend of hers and said, "Dave needs looking after." Right? I was in the middle of quite a bad depression at the time. And so this other friend started looking after me. And she said, "Dave, have you been tapping or heard of tapping?" I said, funny enough, Julia said about it. She goes, "You need to go." So I don't know what that says about me or says about my friends. I don't know, you know. But anyway, sort of like, yes. So I said, yeah, I'll go to tapping. I was in the middle of depression. I'll do anything that works. I was trying to work my own way out of it, quite successfully. I was getting better slowly, but not fast enough. Been to the counsellor 3 times, and by the 3rd time, I was telling the counsellor what I should be doing. You know, and yeah, then unfortunately for Carol, I turned up on her doorstep, and she's been dealing with my shit ever since. And there's been a lot of it. So yeah, and it's thanks to Carol that I'm actually here today. You know, just before we were coming here, I had a motorcycle accident. So I was stopped at a traffic light. Car went straight up the ass end of me, smashed me bike right off. I bounced well. Fat bikers bounce better. And so yeah, that kind of took me back a little bit into the anxiety, kind of like you would think. And so she actually helped me with the flights and all that to get here. So thank you, Carol. So that's my journey here. Right, what I'm going to get down to now, many years ago, from late teens, early 20s, I used to write stuff down, just thoughts, how I felt the day, you know, good things, bad things, little things, big things, bit like the diary, your happy diary. Yeah, so I was just writing it down, and I didn't realise it was that big a deal at the time. You know, just musings and things. And anyway, I had a couple of friends, and they were forming a band. So they said, "Dave, can you sing?" I said, "Well, I don't know. Never tried it." "You got the right image." I thought, well, there you go. And anyway, so yeah, so they said, "Oh, you know, sort of like we're going to have a rehearsal in a couple of weeks with the rest of the band." And I said, "Okay," you know. Thought I'd practice in the bath a bit. And, you know, singing. Anyway, I turned up at the rehearsal, and they said, "Can you sing?" I don't know. Well, you got the right image, which started me laughing, because that's exactly what I heard a couple of weeks before. Anyway, we started getting up the gig, you know, the stuff together, plugging in the amps, and, you know, I was introduced to the band, and this is a drummer. I was thinking, okay. Where's the drum kit? Oh, he didn't have one. That's good. Good start, which I thought quite funny. Anyway, sort of like, yes, we plugged all the amps in and whatever, and started rehearsing. All of a sudden, the rhythm guitarist said, hang on, can we turn everything down?" "Why?" He says, "Oh, I got tinnitus. We can't play it too loud." I just fell on the floor laughing. I thought, this is going to be the quietest rock band ever. But it took me ages. I was like, oh, I just lost it. And anyway, sort of like, they said, "Oh, could anybody write songs?" So I said, "Well, I write musings and things." "Oh, great. You are now the songwriter." Okay, can't sing. never written a song in my life. It's only up from here. so I started, you know, sort of like writing songs and whatever. And, you know, next rehearsal, I went to the band with some of the songs and sort of like reading through them. And it's like, yeah, it's really good. Yeah, no, yeah. Too bloody happy we're a rock band. You know, all these songs were just too happy. And it's like, okay. That kind of, you know, bit of criticism, yeah, but I can handle that. Anyway, so I went away, writing me musings and went back and, you know, next Sunday I wrote slightly different stuff and went back and said, my God, you're really screwed up in the head, aren't you? It's like, okay. Not a problem. Needless to say, the drummer never got his drum kit. The guy with tinnitus, we never did a band or anything. But that's the first time I'd come up to any resistance about me writing anything, you know. Anyway, time went on. I was still writing in my books, my musings and all, just for me. And then I met my wife, and she saw my file. I had quite a big file because, you know, it'd been going on for years. And she said, can I read it? I said, no, nobody's ever read that. That is mine. You know, that's me in there. So we'd been together for a couple of years, 18 months, 2 years. And every now and again she'd say, God, let me, because she'd see me writing in there and I'd just put it and said, no, that's me. And one day I thought, well, we're in a relationship, we're planning on getting married. I will let her read my musings. Anyway, so I didn't want to be there while she was reading it. So she was in another room and she was laughing. I thought, well, I didn't think it was that funny. But there you go, we all have our own sense of humour. And anyway, she came back after about half an hour. I don't know how much she read. And I said, was it really that funny? She said, no, I've never read so much shit in all my life. You know, I've just bared my soul to her. And, you know, she just... And anyway, sort of like every now and again, she'd, you know, quote something that I said in a book at me. And we were at a party with a load of friends at one time, and she was actually laughing with them about what I wrote in the books. And I thought, I don't feel too good about this. Anyway, so I kind of stopped writing. And I don't know how long after this, but a little while after this, I came home. She said, oh, I've had a good clear out. I said, oh, yeah, that's good, yeah. And I noticed that it'd gone. And I said, where's my file? Oh, I just chucked it out with the other rubbish. Yeah, I know. And so anyway, that brings me up to Sunday. We did the first day about money and whatever. And it triggered stuff about my girlfriends and money and all that, as you know, who was here at the weekend tapping, you know. But funny enough, yeah, Saturday night I was triggered, so I was tapping on myself all night. And funny enough, I came down, I didn't know what to do with myself. I actually wrote some of my thoughts down. All right. So what I'm going to do now is share them with you. You know. It's not William Shakespeare, it's probably nearer William Shatner, but you know. With the emphasis on the sh. But yes, I would tell you, I would just, you know, I haven't done this for years. So it's just stuff that was in my head. Okay, what's in my head? A kaleidoscope of memories, dark places I'd rather not go, digging out the past, skeletons from the grave. Now that I have to face them, am I that brave? It's an old scratched record where the words cut deep, racing through my head. Christ, I can't sleep. Tapping, bashing, banging and crashing, they will not move. Like limpets stuck to a rock, for their life, they will not let go. Sitting in my prison, my thoughts, my only friends, I look through the bars at the sunshine. My self-imposed solitude, will it ever end? There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Is it a train coming the other way? I twist and turn to get away. Will I ever be set free? If I listen long enough to me, I'll convince myself of who I'll be. No, it won't be who I was, with a bright new future just because. I'll conquer all my fears and strife, I conquer all my fears and wipe away all those tears of the times gone past that rule my life to a golden future of a brand new sight. I'll move and swerve, dodge and weave, till what's behind me I will leave. No more closed doors, an open mind, that golden future I will find. Punch-drunk fighter who just keeps going, not knowing where the next fist is coming from. Always ducking, always diving. Wham! It gets him right on the chin. Move this way, move that way. He never seems to stop. Always trying something different until he wants to stop. But he pulls himself up again to face another blow, sweat running down his face, blood flowing from his brow. He always seems to be outmatched, but he's never giving in. One day his opponent will wear out. One day he will win.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very amazing.